Folks, I would like to ask you to just take a moment to calm down, to take a look around and appreciate the things that you have. Sometimes that is necessary. Right here in front of us we have a beautiful Mexican city where the sun shines like nowhere else, and of course, where the food is as good as it possibly could be. I'm talking, of course, about the holdings that Mexico owns here in North Italy in this absolutely cursed world. I think the only winners that we have right here in this image is, well, A, my flag, and B, obviously everything going on in Northern Italy. This is cursed, but honestly, this might just be quite nice. Now, where are we? What is going on? It's Victoria 3, it is of course the open beta 1.2.2, and it is 1901. Iran has gained recognition, which is why I have changed our name from Persia to Iran. Indeed, this is now the officially recognized version because we have bested Russia. And I'll be honest with you, despite how beautiful St. Petersburg looks, this was not all that hard a fight. The Russians just do not have the tech, they didn't do the development, they didn't do what we have been doing. See, we are a superpower with global reach. Shah Mohammad Hassan Qajar, a member of the Shia ulama, is the strongest Shah yet. We have restored so much of our empire and we have basically reached political heaven. Indeed, nobody is even thinking about politics in this country because nobody can read. God, these are exciting times where we are just all kind of wealthy and are prone to become even wealthier going forward. And that is, of course, also the theme of this video. And you know, just yesterday, I actually was really surprised. I was confused, quite frankly, why the industrialists weren't powerful over here. And the reason is, of course, that Afghanistan, yes, they have a lot of very rich people, but all these rich people are quite literally discriminated against, which means that we have all of these industrialists right here. Where are they? Where are my favorite capitalists? There they are. And they have virtually zero political power. Look at this guy right here, right? They are powerful and whatnot, and yet, because they are disenfranchised, they can't actually join any interest group and lend them their strength. I would really like it if we could stop discrimination, but I honestly don't see it. So racial segregation doesn't work because we have a different heritage from them. See, I would really love to switch to cultural exclusion, and in fact, the landowners support it, but we can't have slavery, and we very much have slavery, and we very much love slavery. So I think you're gonna stay discriminated. You know, I want to imagine that obviously in this time period we would sort of tell people what is going on in the world. How would they know, right? And we would very, very clearly tell them, we don't let you read because it's good for you. Just look at the Philippines. I mean, look at that. They have an insane literacy rate, 80%, and yet they are all poor and hate what is happening in their country. Don't let that happen to you. Do not open a book. Very nice, very cool, and very legal. Now, they want to move on to wealth voting. I gotta be honest with you. Maybe that's not even too bad a choice, but if I did that, it would go against the landowners. And while they wouldn't hate me, I actually kind of like the balance of power that we currently have. Can we change anything else here that would be meaningful to us? Propertied women would give us a higher workforce ratio, but honestly, I think we're fine where we are when it comes to this. I could potentially change our setup here. And somebody, by the way, did tell me, or well, several people actually, thank you so much for that, that the Moderate Socialist Party is a historical conservative party in Iran. Very, very interesting. I mean, it fits, right? They want to take care of the people, which is yet again why everybody here is off fairly well. They just can't read. You know what? We might actually... Yeah, you know, the only thing that I really want to pass right now would be mass conscription or even professional army, but of course the landowners are against it as well. So honestly, you know what, let's just for now be fairly stable. I'm just building up, we're becoming a stronger economy. I think sooner rather than later we're going to go and build a couple of naval bases to get an actual navy as well. I don't really want to colonize anything, but you know, taking control of the area right here would be nice, and it would be even nicer if I could cut off the EIC from Britain and make it so that they all splinter, but we'll see about that. And you know, it is a real shame. I don't actually know where to start here when it comes to allies and enemies, because yeah, the alliance between Germany and the Ottoman Empire is a huge thorn in my side. You still just have this defense effect. Honestly, I don't care about this. I think I can take Russia right now. Should we just go in for another round? It might be a good idea. We could get cars and we might be able to release a couple of nations here. Ooh, I mean, that would be really, really fascinating to pull off, I think. Similar to Iraq, of course. We would later want to absorb them. No, you know what? I want to just finish building up the universities here in Iraq so that they are also prepared for our strategy. And, oh, I just see that we are low on authority here. We must have had some sort of bonus that we no longer have. You know what? I'll stop suppressing you. I would much rather, I think, have a bit more money. I think that would be a great idea. Let's tax transportation. And this right here is us entering the last and most important phase of our really upper strata heavy economy in this playthrough. Pump jacks is a huge addition. Obviously, we have a lot of that. We have a lot of oil, we have a lot of usage for it, and we are going to be using this. The first thing will, of course, to build some oil plantations. Well, it's actually oil rigs, my apologies. Then export that stuff because, well, you know, obviously, I think if we actually check this out right here, let me just see this, we will find that our Western allies, or, well, non-enemies at the very least, are using it a lot. And we can export it to them. Long term, we are here for this, conveyors. They will allow us to push down wages yet again and not really make people unhappy because, again, nobody here can read, they don't have any standard, and then make the upper strata even richer. We will be a completely and perfectly maintained autocracy that is absolutely god-awful, but we'll have a very, very docile population. This right here is the oil effect, and we are just starting out. Again, we don't have most of the tech that is actually needed to really use the oil. Vulcanization is a waste of time, but it does bring us to conveyors, and then of course plastics. Then we got all of these processes that make things easier for us, and at the end of the day, I really am looking towards this right here. Diesel engines would be amazing. Are we gonna get it in time? I honestly don't know. Oh, what's this? We just got some sort of achievement. Poppy Dock. I don't actually know what that is. I didn't turn off achievements, apparently. Well, there you go. Which one are we getting here? Have at least a level 8 port and export at least 2,500 units of opium to foreign markets. Yeah. That, you know what? That's fitting. That is definitely fitting here. Hey, Iran, what is your economy made up of? That's right. Over here it's opium, and opium, and opium. And over here it is oil, and oil. We are a very diverse economy. And I thought it wouldn't be possible, but it seems like it's going to work out. Bukhara, you can see we're annexing right now. We already annexed Makran, of course. Sind is actually willing to become a dominion, by which I mean I will make them become a dominion in the near future, as soon as Bukhara has been annexed. And just now, Punjab actually decided, you know what, guarding my own borders, it's lame. I want to be your protectorate in exchange for a favor. This is absolutely beautiful. Alright, and you know what? Let's just try our luck with Russia right here. Again, their only friend currently is the Great Qing, and we are in an extraordinarily good position. Just look at our GDP. Again, as I told you, we are a small Russia. I told you this at the very start of this series. We are a small Russia because everything here runs on our natural resources, and that is why we are still as feudal as we are. You know what? Let's just declare war against them here. I would like to conquer Russian cars. I think I can just mark it right here. Conquer state. Yep, there you go. Boom. Let's kick this off and let's take a look at what we can actually do here. Who can I free? What can I achieve? And obviously it needs to be something that is also fairly viable. I would like it. Kazan is interesting. Circassia and Dagestan. These are the two that would do these two. How many potential moves do I have? Oh, I have 100 moves. Okay, wait a minute. That means I can free 3 folks. If we were to free Dagestan, Circassia, and Georgia, we would actually have this entire area, the entire Caucasus, free of Russian influence. You know, with all this in mind right here, doesn't this just look nice? Don't we just look nice? I mean, except for Kalat. This is just a nice area in the map. This isn't real. That isn't real. Honestly, this is okay. Yeah, this is pretty decent here as well. It's just you, Europe. You're the problem. Yo, what is going on here? I see Europe is doing Europe things. I don't know what it is about this playthrough, by the way. I did change very, very little between this and the Romania playthrough, and the world is a whole lot worse. I did change the birth rate, and maybe that actually is what drastically changes things here, but man, that is disgusting. But Japan as a whole, I mean, look at them. They are a presidential landed voting republic. Freedom of conscience, they're doing pretty alright. They got all these normal laws, I guess still closed borders, but their agrarianism and protectionism has definitely altered here. Japan actually has made something out of itself. Man, I would love to have them in my market, but I guess not. Oh, and we have a bit of a revolution in Jabal Shammar. Let's just dunk on him. You know, to sum it all up, it's now 1917 and we are doing incredibly well. We can definitely grow as an economy in a similar fashion as if we had literacy. That's not really the problem. Our literacy, by the way, is only going up because whenever we conquer something, those people can read better than our people. The main problems that I'm encountering now is that, sure, I might be slightly behind when it comes to technology, but never to a degree that would really necessitate me reforming. You can see right here that I've brought up the technology spread by 32.93 points just because we have built our universities over whatever we can do. 104 is what we can generate, and 269 is what we would have uncapped, because I've overbuilt universities so much, both for qualifications, but also for the tech spread. The real issue that is now coming along, I think, isn't anything financially or economically even. The real issue boils down to the fact that I cannot expand any of this. If we could get lucky here, and the landowners would actually, for example, roll a jingoist, I could do this, and then I would say we are almost perfect. Now, I do want to clarify, I don't really think that this playstyle is unbalanced. When I look at this, right, we're looking at a situation where we have absolutely horrid laws, and we have an incredibly docile population. Sure, 8.52 million people that are mad, but those are all in territories that we conquered. Obviously, they're going to be mad. They're discriminated, they just got conquered, they don't like us. When it comes to the actual population that has political power, just look at this. There are so many people here that have absolutely no influence in our politics, making it so that basically everybody has a positive opinion. This guy is a vanguardist. I mean, we are as far away from his... You know, look at this. Just look at this. We are as far away from anything this guy would like as possible. And yet, because so few people are actually in a position of participating in politics, and the ones that are participating are incredibly rich, they are happy. They're not extremely happy, but this is a +3 despite everything right here. This is a viable playstyle. I think I can say that for sure. But I do think it is objectively worse than just reforming, you know, going and getting a bit of a population that is a bit more active, but ultimately, you know, delivers you a bit of a better situation when it comes to your laws and so on. But I love the fact, and I want to clarify this as well for sure here already at this point, we are only in 1917, but so be it, I love the fact that we can do this. The fact that I can, even here with serfdom, still be in a competitive position is absolutely incredible to me. If I could, and I sadly can't, because the only people that want this are actually the rural folk, if I could, I would absolutely go isolationism. It would definitely be worth it. We are completely self-sufficient. Things are pretty good. Germany is a big mad machine, and they could definitely defeat me, because they have all of these bonuses that I simply can't get, because I'm not just behind on tech, but I'm also looking at a situation where I don't have the resources, or rather, I can't actually do it. That is the right slant there. We cannot do it because we have peasant levies. That is currently everything that is keeping us back for sure. You know what? Screw it. Why don't we just take Brunei? Sure. I mean, you know, what's the big deal? I'm just gonna take this. Do you know what rubber is? Oh my god, can I get rubber from you? That's a good question. I'm gonna take Brunei, actually conquer the state, and hope that nobody jumps in, because we do have a navy now, we can do some stuff, and it would be pretty cool if I could get some rubber, if I could get some wood, all that stuff that, you know, of course, we are now fully exploiting here in Iran. God damn it, Europe, what's just, you know, come on. This is just... I don't know what is up with them. They were like, you know what? I'm gonna make this last open beta playthrough of yours hell. Anyway, we are invading right here. You can see that we're winning. Very nice. Brunei will be ours. You know, every time this happens, I can't stop myself from being amused by the fact that we are literally invading them, right? This nation that is in a really troublesome space. They aren't recognized, they aren't really industrialized, and yet we arrive and all of them are like, yeah, we can read. You can't read? What have you been doing over there? How are you building this empire? Our captain comes off the ship and is like, what is this? You've written me a letter? I cannot read it. And you know, now that we're cleaning up Sind here, I think we're just gonna go ahead and actually just kick out Kalat. I'm gonna kick them out. This should send their entire economy completely down the drain, which hopefully makes them either willing to become a protectorate or just makes it... Oh... What the hell? Wow. We have actually shot their economy straight up in the face. They have actually died in front of our very eyes. Look at this GDP. What is going on here? What? What did I just do to Kalat? Kalat is... Kalat is the sole 0 GDP province at this moment in time. They have no GDP. What is going on here? Okay, hey, Kalat, are you willing to become a subject of mine? Wouldn't that be cool? We do not have a customs union, and they are pursuing defend the borders. Obviously you are. Let's hope that there will be a rebellion. Maybe we can make something work there. Wow, yeah, okay, I kicked them out, and they definitely are not having... they're not having a good time. 0 GDP. I've never seen that before. I gotta tell you that. I have never seen that before. You know, you gotta ask yourself, how does it even arrive at 0 GDP? Obviously, the brave engineers are excellent. Obviously, you have shortages basically everywhere. The power plant is the one is the one exception, I guess. And the farms basically should also be exceptions. They do have market access. They are pretty educated, right? What are they at here? They are at 61% literacy. Yeah, that's quite high. That's too high if you ask me. All of these folks here are losing money, which means that they will have incredibly angry capitalists before long, because they will definitely go on and actually lose, yep, there you go, levels of standard of living here. What is going to happen here? Are they going to recover? Like, is the market going to balance? Or are they just going to have rebellion after rebellion? I mean, we straight up killed their economy. Don't get it wrong here. I kicked them out. I'm literally surrounding them. They cannot trade with anybody else. Wow. This is probably the worst thing that we've done in this playthrough. I gotta tell you, we've seen a lot of terrible things. But yeah, this is just poor Kalat. Oh, look at that. They are bouncing back. Kalat is making the way back to the top and then to the bottom and then maybe back to the top. What is their standard of... Oh my god. This is such a radical change in standard of living. It can't even be compared to normal drops. This is just disastrous. Kalat, how do you feel about this? You don't want to join me yet? Well, tell you one thing then. I'm going to expel your diplomats and I'm going to make you join me. Don't worry about it. Before long, you will be very thankful for being a part of Iran. You wish. You wish, but look at it. Okay, look at that GDP. So it did bounce back, but my god, it is a fraction of where it used to be. Huh, that is... that is sobering. That is extremely sobering. And their standard of living is still in free fall, by the way. They will 100% have several rebellions. Oh, this is so bad. Their GDP also actually dropped again. It just halved again after already being only like, what, 1/10 of it? We're also technically having a bit of a great hunger, you know, a drought or whatever is happening here in Sindh. Don't worry about it too much. Opium addiction of the Pashtun people. Well, that is not good. But, you know, be that as it may. Let's just say, I can ignore that. I don't need to worry about that. I just need to worry about taking Punjab. You know, this really tops off Europe. What do you want me to say? We have the Socialist Republic of France right here. They have a Council Republic. They do only still have interventionism. And long term, I assume you're a jingoist, you're a feminist. None of you are communists. I guess, actually, this makes perfect sense. Yeah, sure. They are anti-industrialists, but they're not necessarily Vanguardists. That may come, seeing as they are in a Council Republic. But, man, I don't like the colors on this map. It's all very similar. It's all just red. Oh, and there they go. Kalat has popped off because they're just that. Just look at this. They're just that poor. Depending on who wins, I mean, obviously I'm just gonna annex them afterwards, right? But yeah, this is this is sad, Chancellor Muhammad Gomani. Maybe you can win this. Maybe you can change Kalat for the better. The real Kalat is now worse than they have ever been throughout the entire game. Just horrifying. Oh, and look at that. Revolutionary Kalat is actually winning, meaning that they had the downfall of a lifetime. And because of this downfall, the educated population, big mistake, as I keep saying, has decided that maybe they want to rise up and want democracy. And so they get it. They fight for it. They get parliamentary republic, still landed voting fairly conservative. And then I'm just gonna eat them immediately after. That is tough luck, buddy. Tough luck. Nice try, but you're not gonna succeed with this. Yeah, isn't that just nice? Such a nice country, so peaceful, so calm. They are making their own, like, look at this. Oh my god. They are great people. Social democrats right here. Let's put an end to this nonsense, okay? And would you look at that, Kalat simply backed down. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I like our borders. Sure, we could annex Punjab, and we're definitely going to do that, but what I actually want to do as the last thing in this series, because I'll be honest with you, I think our point here has been proven. You can definitely keep serfdom, you can do all of that stuff, and just not educate your population, and you will be fine. Will it be a special playthrough? Oh, absolutely. But it will make it so. Look at these bonuses. It will make it so that all the people that can read will be happy with you, because they will be the only ones actually getting money, and everybody else that is being discriminated might be angry, but they don't really know what to do about it. They have no clue what is going on. They are absolutely brainless. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to knock Ottomans out of their seat if we can. Obviously, Germany could join this, or will probably join this on the defensive side, but they are currently fighting Russia over, I believe, Sokoto here, actually. So I'm not entirely certain how I feel about this, but I think even if the Germans join this, I can hopefully outweight them. Like, I just park my troops right here, set them on defensive, and hope that the Germans will peace out eventually. You know what? Let's test our mettle here. Alright, so I think if we win, I would like to liberate Syria. I think that would be amazing, because I'm pretty sure it takes, like, all of this territory, which is quite a bit. And then, what about Albania, maybe? We could do... I need to choose something that I can actually reach, I guess. And basically all of these are almost impossible to reach. Can I just conquer something? What about just if I... Man, these borders would look so hideous. They would be so bad. What is this province? I can't ever take this without looking absolutely atrocious. I could make you a dominion and make everybody hate me. I don't think that's a good idea. I think that's a very bad idea, in fact. Oh, and yeah, the Germans are showing up in numbers, and that's not good for us. That's really bad news, because, yep, they are just basically us, but much, much better. And I don't think we can cope with this. Technically, I can research any of these. Yeah, as you can see, we're a bit behind here, but I think it's fair enough, right? Because we are so regressive in our policies. Let's just actually grab this for the army defense. I don't think that would be a bad idea at all. I really wish Germany would just dip out of this war, but sadly, it doesn't look very likely. I want Kars, I want Syria, and quite frankly, while we're at it, why don't we just... Yeah, I think Albania deserves freedom. What about Bulgaria? Sure, let's do it. I don't like the fact that Germany only sent this and apparently feels confident in its ability to defeat us. I think that's bad. I think that's usually a bad sign. What the hell is going on here? Oh, I see what's happening here. Yeah, no, this is... As long as Germany is in this war, there's no way that we can win. Their troops are the actual world elite. This is literally the highest defense in the world. And this guy is able to basically borrow those troops because the Germans are present at this front line. I'm just gonna chill and hope that Germany just dips out of the war. Yeah, I mean, say what you will, right? Sadly, none of the Europeans are actually willing to cooperate with us. Socialist France, antagonistic. Britain, antagonistic. Italy likes us. Yeah, everything except Italy, I guess, is pretty bad for us. And that is obviously just god-awful, because it means that I can't find any allies to fight the clearly superior Germany. That is a huge shame. I will not be able... I love that he used none of his own troops, by the way, because he recognized that these troops are just significantly better. The AI gets too smart at this stuff at this point. We just need to defend and hope that Germany indeed just leaves the war. That is the only shot that we got. Man, I don't think it's very likely, but I think we might actually have a shot if we just ever get a fight where we catch them, you know, with better numbers, I was about to say. We are not going to catch them with better numbers. I see the war between Germany and Russia has ended. Which now means that Germany has the full time of dealing with us. That's not good. Well, this is looking bad. Maybe I can get a white piece in due time. Yeah, it's so good, but he blundered. I think had he not blundered at the start, we may have won here. Or we may have pulled out there at the very least. I may very soon have to pay war reparations to Turkey. God damn it, Germany. Why won't you just dip out of this war? I'm just going to keep this running in the hope that Germany just gives up, but I'll be honest with you, it doesn't look very likely. Alright, fair enough. You know what? I give in. This is... whatever. You cannot defeat this absolutely cursed Germany. It's impossible. But, no matter how we look at this, this was a very interesting playthrough for me, because it definitely proved the concept of becoming an industrialized power without anybody being literate. Your upper strata, your universities will be able to educate people just enough. Now, what it definitely doesn't do is keep you up to speed with technology. We are way over the technology limit, you can see it right here, and yet obviously it's not viable. We could have built even more over the limit and then maybe with this unspent innovation made up for what is going wrong in our country, by which I mean that we are of course not liberalized, but I'll be honest with you, that effort is better spent simply reforming your country. Is this playstyle viable? Absolutely. Is it optimal? Absolutely not. I had a great time. Iran has been restored to very, very good borders. Although, again, we could not breach all the way towards Greece. That is a pipe dream and sadly didn't work out. As is this France. Just atrocious, okay? I mean, honestly, they make sense. In this cursed world, if you don't go council, if you don't go socialist republic, then what are you even doing? Be that as it may, I will leave you here. I will be back on Monday or Tuesday with a different Victoria 3 video once the actual 1.2 patch releases fully. And I think tomorrow we're going to do some Elder Kings 2. That's what it's called. I almost forgot the name there. For the moment, I will see you later. Alligator.